Alan Wynne-Jones, 35 years of age and just tireless. An extraordinary effort not only to get through the entire 80 minutes last week, given the 20-odd minutes he had in the final warm-up game against the Stormers here in Cape Town, but to have such an influence in such a high-octane test match speaks volumes.
In green and gold, we represent something special.
Some of us start with nothing.
In places you cannot imagine.
We feel the shadow of our history.
But not this day.
Once in a rugby lifetime.
We face this challenge.
United together as one.
We are the world champions.
We are the Springboks.
Well, Eben Etzebeth said it there, once in a rugby lifetime they get to face this challenge. There are two players in the Springbok squad, Morné Steyn and Francois Steyn, who faced the British and Irish Lions in 2009, but for most it is a once in a lifetime. And Stephen Kitshoff with the honour of leading out the team on the occasion of his 50th test match. He made his first start in the #1 jersey at Newlands here in Cape Town in his 19th test match after 18 appearances from the bench. He won a Junior World Cup in Cape Town as well with the Baby Boks, and having made his debut back in 2016 against Ireland in Port Elizabeth. He takes the Springboks out, and now Siamthanda Kolisi, who won his 50th test cap when leading the Springboks out in the Rugby World Cup final at Yokohama Stadium, and wins his 53rd test cap here this evening. Returned to test rugby against Georgia on the 2nd of July, but then 10 days of self-isolation for the Springbok captain ahead of last week's first test match. And he too, like his opposing captain, went the full 80 minutes and made a massive contribution, albeit in a losing cause. So the stage set for the 48th meeting between South Africa and the British and Irish Lions. And time now for the South African national anthem.
Nkosi sikeleli Afrika, mali upakanyiswa mpundulwayo, yizwa imithandazo yethu. Nkosi sikelela thina lusapho lwayo, morena buluka sitshaba sesu.
rousing rendition of the anthem. There's been plenty of talk. If you haven't noticed it during the week anywhere in the rugby world, you haven't been listening, but not much of it done by the players, a lot of it done about the match officials. And the players now get an 80-minute opportunity to sort it out between the four lines. With me in commentary for this one, former Springbok hooker Hanyani Shimangi.
Good afternoon, Matthew. Well, the hype machine's certainly been on overdrive this week, but the ultimate rumble has finally arrived. It's going to be fast and furious out there. A Bok team looking to stay alive in this series, an Alliance team that wants to close the show. Plenty to play for in this game. Let it begin.
Former Springbok captain Jean de Villiers pitch side with us, and even though no fans in the stadium, an electrifying atmosphere, Jean.
Yeah, almost forgot to come back to comms after the national anthem was sung there. But all that happened during the week comes to nothing. It's what happens on the field. The 80 minutes on the field, these two teams have got a lot to prove.
And Ben O'Keefe of New Zealand brings the start to the game. It's a contest in the air from Anthony Watson and Makazole Mapimpi. It was lost forward by Mapimpi, secured on the ground by Tom Curry for the Lions. Connor Murray recalled to the starting lineup for this game in place of Ali Price. Hoists high, and Jasper Wiese beaten to the ball by Watson. But a scrum advantage being shown to the Springboks here by Ben O'Keefe. Away for Kitshoff, taken down by Tyke Furlong. De Klerk, Billy LaRue, and then Kolisi takes on the tackle of his opposing captain Alan Wynne-Jones. Away by De Klerk once more, and Etzebeth clattering in to the combined defensive effort of the two Lions props. Early penalty goes the way of the Springboks.
Well, you can already see the change in strategy from South Africa. Last weekend, they decided to kick right where the British and Irish Lions blocks were. This time, Andre Pollard going to the left-hand side. Because the British and Irish Lions had stacked their locks on the right-hand side, he went to the left. That's why Mapimpi could chase for that ball. And the end result is a Springbok penalty after a couple of phases. But the breakdown, all is hotly debated. One up for South Africa. Eben Etzebeth, no subtlety there. Vunipola makes a tackle, but too slow to roll away. Springboks can't generate fast ball, penalized.
1 minute gone already, lots of physicality in this game. The contact point has been spoken about so many times before, and the physicality is here today. Got some issues with the referee comms, so stop in play now. We didn't see this last week from the Springboks. Opportunity to apply pressure on the Lions with the maul in their own half. They get it early on today.
Shami, just reflecting on what Jean has pointed out there, just 4 lineouts in the whole game for South Africa last week. Clearly a tactic from the Lions, never kicking the ball out, kicking the contestables. So very little opportunity to test the Lions with the Springbok maul.
Well, there's going to certainly be a mauling contest here if you look at the way the Springboks are going to set up. But you're right, British and Irish Lions last weekend kicking long, not kicking out whatsoever, because it is a strength of the South African team. It's just that this line out is taking pretty long.
And the reason it is that there's a communications issue with the referees, Mike. I mean, we felt it ourselves up here. We usually getting the feed, and there it comes again.
Yeah, and some might say they had a communication problem last week as well, Matthew.
Just hold him.
Enough now, John.
Keep holding him. 2-1-2, good space. Good space. Time's off.
So, Bongyumbo Nambi.
Good space.
Second consecutive start for him. Started with Nche and Nyakani last week in the front row.
Stay there, Red.
Bonambi, who has announced his move to the Sharks.
Hold back.
Real familiarity for him in this front row. Goes to Eben Etzebeth, another former Stormers teammate.
That's one, Green!
And not going anywhere with the first attempt, and the first call of use it came from the referee, but the Springboks powering forward now, and Mbonambi in possession and tackled, and the Springboks going forward. So they've had an early line-up, now they have an early scrum.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, and Alan Wynne-Jones coming in from distance onto Bongio Mbonambi.
So Marius, let's go push and shove.
There will have surely been some talk about
I've got an unplayable.
lighting the fire.
Just check as we slow this down. Oh wait, step aside. Green. Red.
Just the forwards getting to know each other a little bit better.
Come back. Go on. Back.
Duan van der Merwe is the same size as the
back.
forward, so he can get in there.
You go back.
The rest of the backline players are out there having a look, Sean.
Let me tell you, Shimmy,
Time's
there aren't any people in the crowd, but I'm pretty close to the action here, and I wanted to go jump in there as well. It is quite,
Alan,
there's a lot of tension in the air.
Come here, please.
There's so much to play for in this game.
Okay, so I need you both to listen right now. I'm going to give you both a very simple and clear message. Here, the maul, where the player break away. It then became a tackle, but because they got tackled back onto the players that were on the ground, we have an unplayable scrum. The scrum was going forward, it's your scrum. However, Alan and Sia, if we get that happen again after I blow the whistle, that's when we're going to get penalties, and that's when we're going to get yellow cards against both players, whoever starts it or whoever runs in. Have a serious conversation with your players right now, and your players, not to inflame it anymore, both of you. Yeah, just take it back. I've told you what's happening next. Happy? Yeah, go. Talk. We're having a scrum.
Just, the forwards shadow boxing slightly there as it happened, but the issue here that unplayable here because Conor Murray went over, but Alan Wynne-Jones runs in, he's nowhere near this.
Alan, all good? All good? Okay.
And he runs in there late. And that's actually what caused the situation, was Alan Wynne-Jones running in.
Be patient at the line.
First scrum of the game. Stephen Kitsoff, 50th cap. He actually scrummed in his first test match against Ireland, against the man he's propping against today, Tyke Furlong.
Tight head early.
Quickly taken free kick and great defensive read on Lukanyoam in the midfield. Away to the right goes to Klerk for Franco Mostert. And again, quick ball for de Klerk. It's not a great pass, but Cheslin Colby trying to pick his way through the defence. Good tackle from Laws. Now Pieter-Steph du Toit at the base of the ruck for Kitsoff.
He's fine. No, he wasn't.
Bongio Mbonambi lines up.
Advance. Side.
Itoje.
3 red offside, playing advantage.
And there's another penalty advantage being shown to the Springboks. Away by Pollard for LaRue. And then over the top from Pieter-Steph du Toit for Colby.
Yes, 15 is off his feet. We're going back for the
So
advantage.
Billy LaRue went
Put the
over the
defender
top of the
offside.
tackle off his feet.
What? Where is?
So back they come for the penalty straight in front of the posts. Great to see the ball in Cheslin Colby's hands on a penalty advantage this early in the game.
Definitely, but I think in back play, one of the Springbok players is down. I'm not sure who it is.
Yeah, Pieter-Steph du Toit is down at the moment, obviously worrying sign for the box.
If you got a number, let me know. But
Just punch off the punch from the Springboks.
3.
Directly the bang play, trying to get the hard yards, the forward. Someone was offsides, I think it was Lukau and Dickey. But Pieter-Steph du Toit not moving whatsoever in back play.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. This one here, I'm happy. It was fine. You picked the ball, but I agree. Tackle's good.
Quacker Smith, who started at number 8 for the Springboks last week. He was up and ready to make an appearance, but a big sigh of relief for the Springboks and their supporters as World Rugby's Player of the Year 2019.
They haven't decided yet, but I'll make sure it's ready. I'm tight. Just hold on the
Back
line.
on his feet.
Just hold on the line. Offside.
Pieter-Steph du Toit. It was that tackle from Duan van der Merwe that got him down, and Cheslin Colby dancing.
Yeah, it is.
The stop-start.
Have a shot.
What a sight. One of the best sights in World Rugby is Cheslin Colby with a little bit of space. Pieter-Steph du Toit, it will take a lot to get him off this field, incredibly tough.
Andre Pollard, who won his 50th test cap in the first test a week ago and scored 12 of the Springboks, 17 points from straight out in front of the post, puts them 3 ahead.
Pretty good start by the Springboks, but also by Ben O'Keefe, just laying the law very early on in this game.
Dan Biggar. And the receipt is from Franco Mostert.
Yep, no, good roll, ball's there. Well done.
Of the restart.
Hold here, Red, hold here, inside. Okay, use it. Hold
Some
Red.
length in the ruck from the outstretched Peter Steph du Toit, Faf de Klerk. The test for Stuart Hogg. And back off the lines.
Knock on.
No knock on there at all.
Matthew, have you got anything there?
At the chase line.
Okay.
And then Biggar, little dart over the top. Good cover in backfield from Faf de Klerk, who loses his footing as he goes to ground. Rescues that really well. Willie Leroux in to deputise at scrum half. And away for Kitshoff. Clean out from Visa.
Okay, use it, Green. Wing it on.
And then de Klerk tests Biggar with Mapimpi giving chase.
Thank you, Happy.
Just a claim
Just
from
make
the
sure
Lions
it's not,
perhaps that
both feet aren't off the ground there, Marius.
Biggar was
Tackle now.
taken in the air, and there is confirmation from the TMO that there was contact from Mapimpi before Biggar had come to ground, so there will be a penalty here for the Lions if they can't make more of this. The cross kick from Biggar. Well read by Damien Delendi, retreating. Back they come.
Timing, he was in the air and was tackled.
Yeah, just a little bit too eager from Makazole Mapimpi. Making a hit on Dan Biggar.
Comes to ground. Back here. Thanks.
Well, early territory sort of advantage from the Springboks. First time we're going to see the Lions on the right side of the field with the opportunity to attack, and great exit or great kick from Dan Biggar.
Outside there, Nick.
Great kick. Mapimpi just getting his timing wrong. Inches in it.
Excellent work, Morris. Go cool.
Inches in that.
Down the line. Red, come in.
Luke Cowan-Dickie for England teammate Courtney Laws.
Happy Nick.
And now Itoje
Backwards, play on.
runs straight at Andre Pollard, who goes low.
Leave it.
Excellent tackle. Cowan-Dickie with a tap inside for Vunipola, Murray and Laws.
No, shoulder.
Back it comes for Dan Biggar, who
They're going in, hold.
hoists it high. And a test for Willie Leroux here. Lost forward, a valiant effort, but there was pressure swarming around him and just couldn't hang on as he went to ground.
It's also a very good kick from Dan Biggar, the accuracy of that kick.
ARC is backwards. Okay.
Duan van der Merwe coming from a wide angle from outside in, and that's the pressure. Willie Leroux, incredibly brave, almost has it. Again, you see the margins of this game. Error from Mapimpi, penalty, and then up and under. So two mistakes and you end up in your 22.
Good patience.
In the area defending. Very good kick from Dan Biggar.
No completion at the first scrum. There's an early engagement from the Lions that brought a free kick to the Springboks.
You've got to have a look here where Duan van der Merwe is. He's come off his wing and they'll use him.
Yeah, so hookers, it's your responsibility to set the gap and be left. So please sort it.
There he is directly behind the scrum, just having a word with Conor Murray as well.
Perfect.
And Chancellor, they're going to try use him to go for Hollard or Damien Delander, generate quick ball. The Springbok forwards won't be able to fold, and then they'll have an overlap on down the open side.
Crouch! Bind! Six! Balls out.
Murray gets it for Henshaw. It was Van der Merwe coming in off his wing. Now Cowan-Dickie's try scorer off the back of a maul in the test last week. There's a penalty advantage again for the Lions.
but can't play at advantage. Number 8 didn't use his arms in the tackle.
It's against
Because
Jasper
he's fine on
Wiese.
the ball. Yeah, sorry, I'm coming
What
back.
pressure on that man's shoulders this week. Just
Number 8 didn't wrap.
one test cap off the
This is
bench
on.
against Georgia early in July.
Shot called, please stay on the line.
And thrust into the starting lineup in this crucial test
Yeah, the
match.
reason you didn't is... Oh, yeah. I like long advantage, you
It
know.
almost looked like a collision of their heads. So he was trying to wrap. Because Luke Hondiki almost leads with his head in front, just bumped him out the way.
Oh, where's our space looking at the moment?
But every single contact situation, an absolute
Yeah, good.
physicality we see there. Is the 3 points by Dan Biggar.
Yeah, his 12 points last week in the first test took him past 500 in Test match rugby. 494 of those coming for Wales. And this is third Lions tour, but a first test cap for him for the British and Irish Lions last week. Beautiful kickoff from Pollard and beautifully out of the air from Mapimpi gives the Springboks momentum. Away by de Klerk for Kitsoff. They come back to the left for Damien de Lindy.
Tackle!
De Klerk and Henshaw with the tackle. Mostert
Tackle!
goes low into contact.
Wait.
De Klerk, Pollard and de Lindy. Here's Willie Leroux up from fullback. And Pieter-Steph du Toit. Colby. Very little to work with for Cheslin Colby, and Jack Conan makes the telling defensive hit. The back from Mbonambi. Good line from Mostert, but well read by the Lions defence. De Lindy again. Cowan Dickey and Curry making a collective tackle. Kitsoff. Laws cleaned off it just in the nick of time.
Use it.
And now Frans Malherbe with an opportunity to carry. Pollard takes it flat. And du Toit. Pollard again. And Mbonambi just go up to collect that pass. He does really well. Drops it onto the boot. And Biggar is back. Biggar caught by Makazola Mapimpi and Sia Kolisi. He called off it by the referee. Springboks piling in with a counter ruck.
You've got to release him.
Penalty goes against Mapimpi.
Yeah, that was after the attacking kick for Lukhanyo. Makazola Mapimpi needed to give daylight and then try fetch that ball. But the issue with the Lions from British and Irish Lions from kickoff is they've got their lock stacked on the right-hand side. And the Springboks are kicking towards the left. So Makazola Mapimpi's got an opportunity to chase the ball, and he's getting it off the air because Pollard's kicks are so accurate. So that's something they'll look to fix from kickoff and split their lock. So they've got a jumper actually on the left-hand side to get that ball.
Guys, water off. Let's go. Time's on, guys. Water off, please. Thank you.
And this is from the kickoff. So Makazola Mapimpi's having a free chase because there's no locks that side. They're all on the opposite side. It was the release there. So it was spotted earlier on from the assistant ref against Makazola Mapimpi.
Stop. Guys, Murray, with the line out. When we set up the line out, they're setting good defense. I want to clearly know who's in the line out. I don't know if Tom was half or not, okay? Yeah, okay, so clearly be out of the halfback. Okay, let's reset. Guys, they're going to set up clearly. Stay there as well. Okay. Please make it clear,
The
guys.
issue is that the Lions are walking in late, so you can't pick up from the scrum half.
in the middle. Yeah,
It's just one technical mistake. So looks like Curry's that scrum off here.
Yeah, perfect.
And Itoje unchallenged at the tail.
Maud formed. Too slow in the
Ball had
collapse.
formed and too late on the sack with the Springboks, so penalty advantage Lions.
Good maul from the British and Irish Lions. Well set.
Tried to sack, was too slow, collapsed in the maul.
drivers came in nice and early. It was beautifully set and also fought off the sack pretty
he
well
didn't
from
get it
the
initially, and then it more formed,
Springbok
and
team.
then it collapsed. Over here, Ken.
And those are the situations that really turns a game a little bit. When you double up on the errors like that from South Africa, 2 penalties in a row, and suddenly you're facing a line out in your own 22.
Just the timing. It was just the timing. Eh?
And it's well set, so Itoje finds the gap, but Franco Mostert misses the sack here. He's trying to put it down, then it falls over illegally post sack. So the sack has to be instant.
Make it clear. Okay, 4. It's 4. Perfect.
4-man this time for Luke Cowan-Dickie, and he finds Laws. The back from Henshaw. And then Conan in the midfield from Bigger. Back it comes to the right for Bigger, who kicks back towards Itoje. He's well read by Faf de Klerk.
Just be the timing of that.
Henshaw securing the ball.
The
Vunipola.
same as the last.
Marie Laws. Strong tackle from Frans Malherbe. A quick ball for Marie. Bigger. It'll show the ball from him, but
Advantage offside Green.
read by Peter Steph du Toit. Another penalty advantage. Curry bumps off Colby.
What number? Okay, 13 and 14 were offside.
Some blood from the nose of
13
Cheslin
and
Colby
14.
there. He
Time off.
went in to make the tackle on Tom Curry.
Yeah. Time's off. Yeah. Got a few players down.
Just a little bit too high from Cheslin Colby.
Okay, so I've seen that tackle, guys, and like he's been stiffed. I don't believe there's any foul play in that. Yeah.
Rugby clash, that's right. Cheslin Colby also wanted to go a little bit lower.
No leader
To make the
and
tackle,
It was
but-
fine there by Chisholm. Yeah.
Tom Curry, one of the
I agree.
tougher ones
Yes.
around.
Yes. Once they do, yes.
It's a worrying aspect
No,
from
you
the
got it. Yeah, time's off. We're going to restart. Everyone's fine.
Springbok point of view is the penalties conceded and also
Okay,
in
see
the
ya.
wrong
We're
area.
gonna
So it's
restart
2
now. There's a
penalties.
penalty.
Sean, you mentioned the doubling up on penalties. The Lions are going to get returns with the guy that
Yeah.
kicks like Dan Bigger.
Yeah.
He'll always punish in that kicking
See ya.
zone.
Time on.
Yeah, definitely, Shimmy.
Yeah,
And,
we shall, eh?
you know, here we're in the situation, 3
Time
penalties
on.
conceded
No,
in a
fine.
row by the Springboks, and
Let's get everyone off.
you know, you in a position to concede 3 points. You need to be able to come back after you conceded points, and suddenly they're going to be 6-3
Okay,
down.
shots called. Time on.
And Bigger has found the mark once more. The British and Irish Lions in front in Cape Town. And again, so much of the talk in the week was the physical challenge that would be made by South Africa in the first 20 minutes. The Lions have weathered it.
And also you can see now the Lions have split their line out, or split their locks, sorry. And that's why Itoje is the far side and Owen Jones the near side on the left-hand side. Because of the Springboks forced them to do that by kicking to the left the whole time.
Inside. No. One.
Murray wants a bit of space, which he gets from Luke Cowan-Dickie
On.
to make his clearance. Billy LaRue. Springboks quickly in to clean the ruck after LaRue was tackled. Pollard using his footing as he makes the kick, and a relatively simple one for Stuart Hogg.
Yeah, good counter.
Another man on his 3rd Lions tour. Only getting a first test cap last week, but this time penalty going against the Lions.
Well, the good thing about from the Springbok point of view, the chase line and the accuracy. I think Siya Kolisi made that tackle, but the ability, that's why you got big backline players like Damien Delinda who came in to make the counteract, but the timing of Sia's tackle, remarkable. Stuart Hogg tried to go, chopped his legs, took away all the momentum, and then the
so
Cavalier
that-
arrived
so
with
offside line moved
the
back
power
and
to counteract.
a lot of box kicks, boys, so let's just keep looking at that escort, keep looking at the contest in the air, make sure they're all on.
Pollard with 4 penalties last week. Lining up his second of the evening, and that's pulled.
22.
Sia Kolisi oncoming, great tackle, chops the legs, and Damon Dalinda and Sia make that counteract. Ruck formed, you can't put your hands in.
Test for Jasper Wiese.
Balls up! Balls up! Balls up!
Maul is called, but Wiese trying to wrestle it clear, can't secure, and Laws does well for the Lions on the ground. Here's Hogg. The work of Laws and Alan Wynne-Jones on Jasper Wiese there. How low Luke Cowan-Dickey goes there.
Okay, Green, far side! Hold on, step there, 4, wait.
Conor Murray. Duan Funameva gives chase, and Willie Leroux can't get up in front of him.
Back. No, Green! I've got backwards, I've got nothing live.
Cowan-Dickey. Bonambi goes low with the tackle, and then de Klerk goes high. Furlong. Bigger will go high again. And a wonderful contest in the air by the Lions on Willie Leroux.
Balls up! Balls up! Sorry, it's not coming out. It's just a tackle. I've got both players on the ball. I've got both players on the ball.
Too many voices. Too many voices. Let's go. Let's go.
Look, a lot's been said there.
Yeah, I got two.
I'm sure what's upset Franco Mostert. I always thought if the ruck is formed, no hands are allowed, so the ball should be released. But again, an aerial ding-dong battle, hotly contested in the air.
Yeah. 7 Green sub.
Springbok head coach Jacques Minova.
Guys, we just need to repeat and keep talking loud for comms.
Oh, he heard a word about him during the course of the week.
So just keep repeating. I don't know.
Peter Steph Toy being replaced by Kwagga Smith.
Yeah, thanks.
Saw him take a nasty blow early in the game. It's a massive loss for the Springboks.
Even you're perfect on that line.
Yeah, it is a big loss for the Springboks, and even though they've gone with a 6-2 split, if you look at the loosies on the bench with Kwagga Smith and Marco van Staden, you know, Peter Steph would have probably covered lock as well, and he's that line-out option for them. And they'll probably be missing that kind of length and that additional jumper for the rest of the game.
Okay, keep that time.
John, the other option was to put Kurt Dioka at lock, and Franco Mostert, who's covered flank, who's more of a like for Peter Steph. No, that was an option.
Yeah, I suppose that's a situation the Boks are finding themselves in. Lutiar hasn't played a lot of rugby, so you know, there's various options, but they do find themselves in a precarious position.
There might still be an option that's deployed in the second half of the game, that positional switch for Mostert.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage for the Springboks as de Klerk puts the kick in, rolls the ball into touch inside Lions territory, but not enough advantage. There's Ben O'Keefe, so Andre Pollard will get a chance to kick to set up a line-out.
It's against Vunipola, which I think there was a collapse there, but patience shown from the Springbok scrum. Frans Malherbe digging in. See on the hit, the intensity from the Springbok scrum on the hit, exactly what they would have wanted from this area.
Sorry, what did you say before?
So on the hit, Malherbe's going in. Just changes his angle completely. Marco Vunipola straight into Malherbe.
Lost his behind completely as well. The the ball going out exactly where Faf de Klerk had grabbed it out, but a South African
who's in,
feed.
Green, who's in? Yep, 6.
Lost it down for Kolisi, de Klerk, Derlendi, Pollard. Ball not going to hand in the pass from Pollard.
They're playing advantage. I don't think we need to check that, we just go yellow. We got it.
Well, there's a conversation here between referee and assistant.
Just wait, Maris. Yeah, so from that, do you think I'm just going to put on the screen, we'll just check it, and then we'll see what we need to do from there, okay? Okay, Maris, just coming upstairs to you, please. We've got a potential active foul play here. Just give us space, both of you. Alan, Sia. Perfect. So I just want you to put that last phase of play on 14 green on the screen, and we're going to make a decision for you, please.
All right, Ben, we're looking at possible foul play.
So guys, live, we've seen a foot trip, and I believe it's a yellow. We just want to confirm the... Confirm. Yeah. Okay, so he's clearly foot tripped him. Nowhere near the ball. It's not a kick. So I'm at a yellow card.
Well, I think John van der Merwe said he's going for the ball, but
it's against 11 red.
He's picked the ball up already. He can't do that.
11 red. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, Maris, come back to me. I've got a decision for you.
All right, Ben, you're on the screen. You can go for it.
Okay, Maris, so the facts are it's clear foul play. The player has tripped the green player. He hasn't runs out to kick the ball. It's a clear trip to the leg. So it's definitely a penalty and yellow card against the Lions player. Alan, bring your player over.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Hey? No, he is nowhere near the ball. That's something I definitely looked at. He's tripped him. So, yellow card.
So Alan Wynne-Jones just questioning that his player was kicking at the ball, and Ben O'Keefe confirming it was nowhere near the ball. An extraordinary international journey this has been. A debut for Scotland in October last year, Duan van der Merwe. 10 test matches for Scotland and starting a second test for the Lions here this evening, but now has created a bit more pressure for his team with that trip on Cheslin Kolbe.
He's nowhere near the ball. And initially, that's what I thought. He was actually trying to kick the ball through, but Cheslin Kolbe had clearly kicked that through. Once he'd done that, he knew exactly what had happened. It's one of the stranger foul plays you see in rugby. It's usually a late tackle or a high tackle, not a trip or someone kicking. Peter Steph Tutu, you can see the disappointment. Takes a lot for him to get off the field. Incredibly tough player.
Yes, I'll make sure.
So this was earlier on in the play. He hit his arm, I think landed awkwardly.
You do see that shoulder being strapped up quite heavily.
We okay?
Big decision here for the Boks. Do they go for goal after Pollard missed that second kick, or do they kick for the line and apply some more pressure? Seems like the latter will be the answer.
John, really on from that phase, the Springboks trying to open up to get, not going for the box kick like we saw last week, but trying to give the backline the opportunity to fly.
Come down, Lions.
Yeah, definitely the options out the back is creating a bit of space on the outside, and you know, we spoke about the pitch giving in a little bit, a couple of slips on the outside, so at least a little bit more entertaining from the Boks, taking it wider.
Ironically, the poor pass that found grass created the situation.
Stop. Guys, it's the same as red. I need it very clear. Do you have a halfback? Okay, you said you've got to make it very clear. That's one each way now. The next time it's free kick.
Forced to go for a scrappy ball. Duan van der Merwe pouring through, conceding the penalty and the card in the process.
Okay, on the line, Green.
And the ball gone cleanly to hand.
This one. Good, good.
Wouldn't have happened. Mbonambi. And a wonderful contest from Courtney Laws.
Was that inside, Matthew? Oh, it's going to be tackled anyway. Okay, hold, Green, hold.
Vital steal from the Lions in their own territory. Vunipola
Okay, stay on, Green. No, don't jump on. Back, no, back.
Murray not opting for touch. Colby, Pollard.
Okay, Green in front, wait. On now.
Oh, no, that's contact in the air from Cheslin Colby on Conor Murray.
7. Don't run in, don't run in. Guys, get back, get back. We're going to deal with this. I saw that, don't worry. I saw that.
Gee, there's a lot to sort out here.
Get back, everyone, space.
Toje and Itzebeth are at it. The two fullbacks were at it. Hogg and LaRue as well.
Okay, Billy, no, Damien, out. Guys, out. Becamio, take them. No, leave him.
This is all going to end, but the big thing is Cheslin Colby going to stay on the field.
Boys, let's go, let go. We can check everything on the screen. It's going to be easy. We can check it all. All right? We can check it all. It's going to be fine. Faf, see ya. Take them back. We can check everything, all right? We can check everything. All right? We can check it. Alan, we're not talking. Everyone back.
Ben O'Keefe said early in the game that he didn't want players running in.
Yeah. We'll check that first and then what happens afterwards. Yeah. Sure. Okay, so Maris, obviously time's off. We're going to come up to you. There's two things we want to check. The first thing we want to check is a potential foul play with the contest in the air. Once we've made a decision on that, we're then going to move on to the afters to see if we need to do anything further, given that I've already had a very strong conversation with him before about anything like that happening.
All right, Ben, so we're looking at the
take them back.
Contact in the air, the possible foul play, and then we'll look at everything else.
Yeah.
Well, at first glance, in real time, Cheslin Colby's in trouble here.
Yeah, massive trouble.
Yeah, there's no attempt to go over the ball. He's late into the air. He does make
for me,
contact.
guys, obviously.
The question is whether this is going to be yellow or red for Cheslin Colby.
Obviously Green has made contact with him in the air. I've got foul play here, Matt, and he lands on his back. So for me, I've got a yellow card against 14 because he lands on his back, and there's no impact by 10. Okay. Yeah.
He lands boot first.
So Maris, can you
then
just show us
hand.
the best angle of that contest in the air? Because at the moment we've got a decision of foul play against 14 Green. Okay, so I'm going to make a decision on that.
I'm looking for the best one. The best one is coming up now, Ben.
And then, and then do we want to go to the next thing now?
This is the best angle, Ben.
Now, the eyes of Cheslin Colby never leave the
Okay,
ball.
Maris, so
but
we've got a
he
decision
doesn't
on that. Let's go to the next phase, please. I want to see what happens afterwards.
Makes the
if we need to
contact.
sanction anyone any further.
It's his responsibility.
Okay, so just remember that, because if I don't...
Yeah, I think that could be the difference between a red and a yellow for Cheslin Colby.
And more the position as well
Pictures
that
are
Conor
coming
Murray
up now,
landed
Ben.
in. But there's more to come. What happened afterwards?
Let me know if you've seen anything either.
And Tom Curry.
That's the problem there.
And then Hogg and LaRue.
Yeah, I think with an incident like that, you gotta see what ignited it, the first situation. Otherwise, we won't have a team on the field.
Yeah, I don't see anything by red there. Don't see anything by red. And there's nothing any further. I mean, after that, I think it's just all holding. So Maris, just show us the start of that again. At the moment, I've got nothing clear.
All right, showing that to you now.
Yeah.
Here we go, Ben.
We've got to look at Tom Curry and Murray Toje. So there's a little shove here.
4 and 7, so we're standing over him. May give him a push. Yeah. Guys, do either of you have anything extra from that? I've only got a yellow
Tempers
card
are
for the
raised,
initial thing
tensions
at
are
the
high.
moment.
But listening into the conversation, there's really not much in that, other than some pushing and shoving.
Okay, I've only got a yellow card. Okay, nothing from you? Okay. So, Marius, come back to me. I've got a clear decision, please.
Just hold on. All right, Ben, you're back on the street.
Okay, so Marius, the first decision is we've got an active foul play. We've got 14 coming in. He takes the play dangerously. He's won the space in the air. His shoulders aren't above the hips of the other player, so therefore makes contact dangerously, and he falls on his back. So it's going to be a yellow card. Okay, yellow card.
I agree with you.
Now, that's my decision now. So, guys, everything else, there's also penalties against both of your players, but we're going to the foul play yellow card, which is the worst. I've made it very clear that we're not going to have any of that. That's why if nothing happened, if we didn't have that collision there, we would have had penalties, okay? We're now stepping. If there's anything clearer and we get little touches like that, players will go off again. We've got a yellow card for both teams now. I'm very happy to keep going with yellow cards or even further, okay? So I need you both to control your teams. Do you understand? No, we're not talking right now, Sia. I'm being very clear in my message. I want you to talk to your team. Alan, we're not talking right now. Go back, talk to your team right now. Both of you go back.
Very well handled, Ben O'Keefe.
Okay? Their ball for the dangerous contact.
Yeah, and I think also relief for Cheslin Colby, because at one stage
Please,
you look at that in half time, you start thinking red card, did he land on his neck, did he land awkwardly? You know, the fact that he kept his eyes on the ball, I think, and almost Connor Murray jumped across.
But also a boot on the ground first, followed by an arm. But just back to Ben O'Keefe. I mean, what the pressure he must have been feeling during the build-up to this test, and he's got an explosive situation to deal with here. It's done brilliantly. Itoje with the line-out win.
That's one! Okay, up!
No advance at first from them all, but they do get some go forward with Cowan Dickey in possession. Then it's driven backwards by the Springboks.
Okay, broken away. No, tackle. No. Ruck, it's a ruck, it broke away.
It was a breakaway from the maul and tackle made. Murray looks to go short side for his captain, Alan Wynne-Jones. Drives Quagga Smith back in contact. Murray shaping for a hoist once again. And Pollard makes the mark, but without getting in the air, and there were lions bearing down on him, as Conor Murray did in that incident. Just generally felt it's better to get in the air, makes you untouchable.
Very calm from Andre Pollard, because if the oncoming player gets in the air, then you lose that contest.
Yeah, especially in the context of the game currently, Shimmy, with tempers flying high, Pollard stands tall and stays calm and takes that kick. Big is so good in the air as well.
Yeah, John, I think the players will behave now after that lecture from Ben O'Keefe. The next player up, you know, there's going to be a penalty, a yellow. So discipline crucial.
Make it clear, good.
Cool heads needed.
He's hard. Thank you, Bongi. Thank you. Over!
Lions captain is the target at the back, and it goes over the 15. Strong carry from Vunipola. And then Laws peeling around the corner to great effect.
No, wait there.
Alan Wynne-Jones, having won the line out, is available on that short side. Amazing work rate from the Lions captain.
Backwards.
Little juggle from Curry.
Backwards. No, you're off. White, green. Thank you.
Potential steal there. They come to the short side for Watson. Can't get away from Lucanio Sia Kolisi.
No.
Goes in for the steal, misses it. Laws. Awkward one for Bigger. He does well. Wonderful chop tackle from Mostert.
Yes, play on, everyone's on.
Just manages to roll out of the way. Away it goes for Hogg.
Right, careful, boys. Let it go. Shirt drop the ball.
Both teams managing to put a bit more passes together.
Okay, let's hit the line out.
What's impressive is you get the occasional good leg tackle that creates the opportunity to steal, but let's see Hogg up against the touchline, trying to get into space with both wingers off.
Green, let's
Hope
go.
trying to cover that space out wide.
What have you got? 5. Make it clear. On the ball. Good steal.
Wonderful steal again, this time from Itoje. We've seen one from Laws, one from Itoje on Springbok throws. Bigger and Conan beautifully out the back, coming around was Harris. Then Hogg. Murray, flat full, Alan Wynne-Jones.
On the ground. Stop, guys. Lucamio. We can't have that. Okay, that's just how we fire things up if that happens. I know he's happy, but we can't.
That's good defense from the Springbok team. See the Lions getting territory, putting passes together, attacking.
See ya. Which one?
Yeah, good contesting from Maury Toji. That created the attacking opportunity. 1 or 2 Springbok lineouts going. It's not going the way they wanted. The chances are they went with a 5-man more, looking to maul that up and generate a penalty.
I'll look at his feet, make sure
which is what they're going to try, or the South Africans are going to try in this scrum.
Shimmy, you mentioned a good defensive set by the Springboks there, but it does seem as if the contact situations, the Lions are getting a little bit of momentum every time they take the ball into the tackles, and not those dominant hits that we're so used to by the box. That'll be concerning for them.
We're just doing the studs, boys, so we'll just have some time here. Good, man.
Not a lot. The Springboks made
guys,
62 tackles,
every time the ball goes out,
missed
let's get on top of it.
6. The Lions 44.
Perfect. No, man, you're really good. You're really good. Right.
Haven't missed any yet.
So the opposing wingers, Duan van der Merwe on the left, Cheslin Colby on the right.
No,
Spending their time in the bin. Just
I'll do the same for you, all right?
Just in the 4 minutes remaining for Duan van der Merwe. It never promised to be a pretty test match, this one. Just the 2 penalties from Dan Biggar so far for the Lions. Andre Pollard opening the scoring for the Springboks, and then a miss from him after the Lions had gone 6-3 ahead. The 4 attempts at goal.
Time on. Remember that timing? Nice and square, binds up. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Very solid from the Lions on South Africa's put it away by Pollard for Derlendi, and up. Hogg. What about the pass? It would have been a long one for Watson. And penalty conceded.
There was time, there's a release.
Yeah, fantastic exit there by the Springboks. So used to them just kicking from that position this time around, keeping ball in hand, taking it wide, exposing that space on the outside with Duan van der Merwe not being there.
No.
Mapimpi going that side of the field, switching wings, and getting a penalty with lots of field gain.
I'm trying to get the feeling that the Lions are always hanging back, anticipating the Springboks to kick, whereas the space is right in front, and that's what Pollard's doing. He's actually going for the run, forcing them to come up. Good attacking kick with Makazole Mapimpi, whose breakdown skills are very good, all over it.
Very well done there by Mapimpi and Damian Derlendi, again being really strong in that counter-attack and forcing that turnover. Interesting call by the Springboks here, though. Not a gimme kick for 100. Pollard still deciding to go for goal.
Bez, have you got anything on your side of the scrum?
Now, there was certainly a feeling
so I'll just keep on
across a variety of pundits and opinions during the week that if the Lions were on par, slightly ahead, even just slightly behind with the last quarter of this game to go. They finished so strong last week, but perhaps superior conditioning would help them in that final quarter as they push for a series win. But for now, Pollard trying to get back on even terms. It's a magnificent strike from a difficult angle. And after a miss with his second attempt, Pollard brings it back to 6 apiece.
That's what I said to them, though. That one, you guys were very good.
Hope decided to go for the dummy. Makazola Mapimpi, like a loose forward over that ball. Fighting, and the cleaning accuracy not too great from the British and Irish Lions.
Leave us here. Yeah.
Visa controlling the restart for the Springboks. Kicks off into Vunipola.
Okay, use it. Red, step, red, 2 pillars.
De Klerk's kick. Gathered by Mapimpi, but a foot in touch.
Stephen, you're very low as well.
And over the top they go for Robbie Henshaw. Damien Delendi had made a quick read. Conan. Tackle made, knees on the ground. Murray comes to the right for Itoje.
No, he's off his feet.
Furlong.
No, green, release.
Pollard made a strong tackle there.
11 off feet.
And the penalties against Makazola Mapimpi. He's done some great work at a previous breakdown that won his side a penalty. And really interesting call here from the Lions. Very kickable penalty. And as Duan van der Merwe comes back from his yellow card, they kick for the corner.
Makazola Mapimpi, this is where you got to listen to the referee. So Franco Mostert could be penalized for not rolling away. So Tay Furlong can't place that ball. Rock called, you got to roll away.
And he was part of the tackle. Mapimpi, he was in contact with the man as he was brought to ground. No release.
Well, this could be an inspired decision here from Alan Wynne-Jones.
Cowan Dickey and Etzebeth makes the steal for the Springboks, but carried back over the line. It'll be a 5-meter scrum to the Lions.
What a vital steal that could turn out to be for the Springboks, and by Eben Etzebeth. Great contesting at that line out, taking the gamble of contesting and executing that. Now it's about having a stable scrum and applying the pressure.
Very quick. I agree. It's very close.
Easy read from Franco Mostert. Eben Etzebeth gets us here.
Because this is where we need to be straight.
He's got no choice there. Moro Itoje all over him.
Jean spoke about the bravery of it. You know, they went up to contest in the first test towards the tail, weren't able to affect the steal, which led to the Maul try. Were compromised at the back of that line out, but Mostert right on point this time. Certainly the pressure not over. Time up on the clock for Cheslin Colby's yellow card, but he can't come back on until the next break in play. Off by Conan for Murray. Big clash with Faf de Klerk. And that might be reviewed by the TMO. Cowan Dickey. Bongia Banambi going in over the ball. Curry wants it. But it's Vunipola who goes with the pick and drive.
Okay, keep coming back.
Furlong.
Green.
Both props going sideways in the drive. Now some momentum for the Lions.
Play advantage, no arms by 2 green.
There's a penalty coming against Bongia Banambi. No arms used in the tackle, so Connor Murray goes for the chip over the top, and Henshaw!
Thank you. Thank you.
Henshaw says he's got it.
Yeah, he thinks he scored.
I've actually
Does
seen
Robbie
him go over
Henshaw.
and the ball roll forward.
Sia Kolisi says knock on. Let's see what
Thank
Ben
you.
O'Keefe says.
Yeah. Yeah, by 2. Yeah. So you want to check what's happened over here? Okay, so we'll just do the try first. Hey, quiet. Marius, coming to you. Mate, an on-field decision is no try. We believe the player, and I've seen it go forward before it's grounded over the goal line here. So I just want to check that grounding. Once we've done that, just let me know if there's any potential foul play in that lead-up that we need to check as well. At the moment, I've got a penalty against 2 green for no arms in the tackle. That we'll go back for if we need to.
All right, so we're looking at on-field decision, no try. We're having a look at grounding.
Look at Faf de Klerk. Looked like there was a collision.
Yeah, it's coming pictures on now, Ben.
The decision's against the green
Yeah,
anyway,
look
isn't
at the
it?
try, I thought
Okay,
those-
so we can just go back for the penalty.
Well, the Lions have looked at this and they've all run back to the halfway line. There's an arm under the ball there, and then the ball comes out. So can you award that as a try when the on-field decision is no try? That is the question.
Yeah. So, Marcus, we're looking at this at the moment, and we still have got our on-field decision. We don't have any clear evidence yet, but we just need to see if there is evidence that that ball does touch the ground, because green is under that as well.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but I'm going to give you the best angle.
Okay.
Here's your best angle,
Clear
Ben.
grounding, that's what we're looking for.
Okay, so we see the ball up there. It's under the hand.
Underneath.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
Okay,
Robbie Henshaw's hand.
so our decision still is that there's no clear evidence that the ball's been grounded. Is there another angle that you want to show us?
That's the best angle I can give you.
Okay, so you agree no try? Yeah. Okay, Marius, is there any foul play that we need to go back apart from the no arms tackle I've already got on that 5 metre line? Are you happy with that? What are you worried about?
Yeah, just stick with your penalty.
Okay, cool. So Marius, so back to me.
The incident here is Faf de Klerk.
Yeah, that's good. Marius, back to me.
Just hold Benny's coming in now. All right, Ben, you're on the screen.
Okay, Marius, so there's no clear evidence to overturn our on-field decision of no try. The ball, we don't have evidence of the ball being grounded on the ground and it's knocked forward. However, I was playing advantage for no arms tackle by 2 green, so we're going back for the penalty for that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Wow, a lot to look at there.
No try, it's knock on. We're going back for the penalty.
So the penalties against Bongium Banambi
Yeah,
for
TMO checked that as well.
a no arms
We didn't set it
tackle.
up. Because we've checked it and we thought it wasn't. See ya. Time's going back
It
on.
was never in the right sort of position
Okay,
to make a square tackle.
Shot call.
And a shot at goal called straight out in front of the post for Dan Biggar. I'll tell you what this is as well, Shim. Possibly the longest half
But I
of
reckon
Test
we've only
rugby
been down here
played
twice, though.
in a
I
very
agree
long
with you. I'll
time,
keep
if not
watching. I'll
ever.
keep watching. 100%.
You got to look at all the, Johan van der Merwe, Cheslin Colby, Ben O'Keefe talking to the players, I think twice about the scuffle that would happen after Cheslin Colby's yellow card.
So a simple 3 points for Dan Biggar, and the Lions lead by 9-3. Itoje controlling
Stay there, don't move.
the restart. It's a bit trying to wrap his arms around and slow up the ball. A maul has been formed here. And Connor Murray.
He's on the ball the whole time. Pulled it down. Mate, he's fine, but he's pulled it down.
I was about to say good work from you, but it's a bit almost carried away. But you can see
So you're fine,
what's
but then you
happening
pull
now
the
is the players are chirping each other every maul, every ruck, and they're just waiting for someone to crack, and then there's going to be a penalty or a yellow card.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah, lots of tension there, and just a technicality there by Eben Etzebeth. He did so well to stay in that, but then you can't
Can you
collapse the
remind
ball
me?
after that.
That's what Mario
And
just
the
talked to
penalty
me about
missed.
him. Okay, Green, stay out.
By the Lions for touch.
Don't go
Brilliant
football.
work by Robbie Henshaw to claim the hoist from Willie Leroux. Murray for Jones.
Okay, tackle. Okay, stay on green, step here.
In amongst all of that, while Dan Biggar was taking the penalty and decisions were being assessed, Cheslin Colby came back onto the field.
Advantage not gone.
Lost forward by the Lions. And Pollard flinging out of the back of the hand for Kwagga Smith, who replaced Peter Steph du Toit.
Murray, he's told me as well, I'm going to sort it out. I'm going to sort it.
There's a lot of chat down there.
The best thing you can do is not react, which you are
What's
doing.
going to be needed now, is ever there was cool heads,
Franco,
maintaining discipline.
don't touch the head of forward, okay? After the ball, just don't touch the head, all right?
It's on a knife edge here. Franco Mostert pushed Murray Itoje in the head, and that's what Ben O'Keefe was saying.
Back on the 10-metre line, please.
Mustn't be done. He's having a good chuckle at it. But any incident that's going to make this game explode, there's going to be a yellow penalty.
So not reacting is great. We can deal with it if it continues.
Yeah, and the feeling down here, Shiv, is that it doesn't feel as if it's too far away that happening.
Okay.
The question is by who?
Let's go.
And you can see it. Every time a player makes a mistake, it's a chirp here. Might not be a push or a shove.
Go, good space, good balance.
But really a lot of verbals going on, especially up front between the two backs.
Crouch! Bind! Sit! Reset, back and forth, then collapse.
A good surge.
Back and forth, then collapse.
From the British and Irish Lions, I thought initially Kitsoff might have had the nudge and then take Furlong fought back, but the issue was on the far side. See, there's not a lot of stability before the ball's gone in. Maloba goes down there. So reset, but on the setup, there's not a lot of stability from both teams, so they should wait for the stability first before the ball goes in.
Let's go. Guys, back and forth, no clear dominance. Reset. Wait for stability before we put the ball in.
Remember, this pitch was constructed for football ahead of the FIFA 2010 World Cup. It's taken a pounding from various packs of forwards in recent weeks.
Just taking a pounding in the warm-up.
Yeah, and 2 games on the one Saturday as well when the Lions played the Stormers. Very solid from both packs that time. And Derlendi straight towards Biggar.
Yeah, good job, good work.
Kitsoff
Arms up.
goes low into Cowan Dickey. And Faf de Klerk just looking for an instruction, which was to kick the ball out. Just 3 penalties to 2. It's been hard, attritional, intense rugby. A couple of tempers flaring, a couple of yellow cards, 1 to each side as well. So 3 penalties to Dan Biggar, 2 to Handré Pollard. Half-time in the second test match. South Africa 6, the British and Irish Lions. The second of 3 test matches between the Springboks and the British and Irish Lions. The Lions victorious by 22 points to 17 in the first test at the Cape Town Stadium last week. They lead their hosts and the current world champions by 9 points to 6 with the last 40 minutes to play. And based on the first half performance, the Springboks with everything to do in this second half. 2 penalties by Handré Pollard to 3 from Dan Biggar. But the Lions controlling the bulk of possession in the first half, forcing the South Africans to make way more tackles and, crucially, not missing a single tackle of their own. There was talk of a very robust and physical response from the Springboks. Everybody expected it, and to some extent they did deliver that in the first half, but the Lions ready to field whatever the Boks could throw at them. They stood firm in defence and they eked out a 3-point lead at half-time. Peter Steph du Toit already replaced by Kwagga Smith in the back row for South Africa. Duan van der Merwe and Cheslin Colby have spent 10 minutes apiece in the sin bin for foul play.
Tackle release.
It has been tense at times ill-tempered. It has been nerve-wracking.
Okay, use it! Outside, green's on.
And the Lions seeking another series win after winning against the world champion Springboks back in 1997. Winning the first 2 tests of that series in Cape Town and Durban.
Even on to miss.
And an early knock forward from the hoist from Stuart Hogg.
He'll be very disappointed with that. Good, accurate kick.
Yeah,
The saga
you guys just keep
continues.
square again. Okay, don't sidestep. He's going to stay straight as well.
Johan van der Merwe almost had that ball. Faf de Klerk was on the hit. But they're going at each other continuously. It's just who's going to break first.
Wait for stability. Crouch! Bind! Come up, that's both. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Yeah, we'll move. Yeah, we'll move, guys. We just said there's going to be a long wait on the bind until we're stable. Wait for the call, both of you.
An error from both front rows. You need balance before on the setup before you actually engage. So you should be able to hold your own body weight up before you bind. There's just a pre-engage. Ben O'Keefe has shown he's not scared to go to the free kick if the scrums take too long. Also discipline needed in the setup of the scrum. Got a long first half.
Well, no free kick, goes straight to the penalty.
Free lost his bind.
It's against Tyke Furlong.
Free's lost his bind.
It was straight in front of Ben O'Keefe, indicating that Furlong had lost his bind on Stephen Kitsoff.
The next step after the setup is the battle of the bind, so your ability to get that grip nice and early.
Make it clear who's in green.
Then you got to hold that grip. So he's got the bind there, straight down. Also his legs slip behind him.
Who's in green? 5.
Well, a Springbok line out in an area of the game that misfired a couple of times in the first half under pressure from particularly Laws and Itoje. This time no contest on the throw to Etzebeth. And the Springboks get rumbling forward.
Okay, next stoppage. 9. Next time it stops.
And still they make meters. Umbonambi breaking away from it, brought down by Vunipola.
Red.
Smith and Visa in there to secure the ruck. Then Damien Delendi with the carry. Etzebeth hard into contact and Conan stops him. Pollard
9, Mike, 8.
hoists for LaRue and Mapimpi to chase.
Back by green.
Lost backwards by the Springboks and gathered by Damien Delendi. De Klerk, Pollard and LaRue. Kolisi. Try-saving tackle from the Springbok captain towards the end of the first half. The ball over the line from Robbie Henshaw. Gain away by De Klerk. Pollard puts the cross kick for Makazola Mapimpi, who steps and who scores. The perfect opening to the second half. The man who got 6 tries for the Springboks at Rugby World Cup collects a pinpoint cross kick from Handré Pollard and gets his 15th test match try and puts the Springboks in front.
Well, beautiful play design from the Springboks. Started off from the scrum advantage there, then the move, but Handré Pollard perfectly weighted kick up to Makazola Mapimpi. Certainly knows how to pick his moments. Pollard decides to go for the kick pass, but Mapimpi at the end of it. All started off from a collapse scrum from Tyke Furlong. The more played on from there.
Nice
a couple of phases, Handré Pollard getting it through, and the Boks are over.
So the man who put in the cross kick There's the conversion attempt for a 4-point lead. Just about 12 meters in from the left-hand touchline. Andre Pollard has missed another one. He missed a penalty earlier in the game.
But he made the cross kick earlier. He's been the calmness in the storm at the moment. Andre Pollard, beautiful kick to Makazole Mapimpi. And Mapimpi with the speed and the power to get over and score the try for South Africa.
A mistake from Jasper Wiese. So immediately a gift back to the Lions.
I'm not sure.
After the score.
Just make sure he's not
Wiese looked up on the kick to look at the chasers. That's what generally happens. Clearly disappointed with that. He would have done this 1,000 times.
It's definitely just a scrum.
Almost looked up and you can see his teammates backing him there, but massive scrum here for the Lions.
Yeah, no, it's not your fault. Okay, we've got the scrum. Let's go. Red ball. Yeah.
Well, he said it at half-time, and even after that try, it remains on an absolute knife edge.
Good height, nice and
straight. Just the 2 tries scored in the first test at the stadium a week ago. Tough to collect for South Africa. Luke Cowan-Dickey from a maul for the Lions. And after trading penalties in the first half, Makazole Mapimpi with the 3rd try of the series.
Guys,
a massive scrum, but they also got to look at
it's coming
Vunipole's angle
directly to me
on the setup.
No one's gone forward. Just come straight across, guys. We're going to reset.
Brilliant.
Okay, time off.
Big scrum, and the Lions almost taking the Springboks by surprise by scrumming, trying to scrum for the penalty.
You're right here.
The angle from Vunipole, he is turning in slightly on that setup. Malherbe or the Springbok scrum are going to have to work out towards him to keep it square.
Time back on. Crouch! 5! 6!
Well, again, he's calling another reset, and look how that turf is churning there. They're going to have to move it
Guys, we're
again.
not going to reward if no one goes forward.
Yeah, it really is
Just
giving him
pressure
quite a bit
coming
at the
around.
moment.
Time's off.
Yeah, interestingly, Ben O'Keefe bringing it closer to the touchline now as we look at that scrum. Just how the pitch is giving in and the rotation in that scrum. So they're coming closer to the touchline, which means Duan van der Merwe has moved to the open side for the Lions with no space on that blind side, creating an extra number.
Where do we go, Tom?
And the reason Ben O'Keefe is resetting it, you've got to get forward dominance, not sideways dominance. So what's happening late is Vunipola stepping on the outside and almost turning it on Frans Malherbe. The scrum has got to go straight. It's got to be a pushing contest where the spines are straight. So if this one, it's going to have to make a decision here because we can't be here in this corner all day long. So you've got to go straight first. It's got to be clear dominance.
Stability, tight head, coming round.
And Conor Murray quick to go with a free kick. Henshaw low into contact. Excellent tackle from Pollard. Away by Bigger and Hogg. Wonderful tackle from Lucanio. Well, he had to give the penalty. He called the tackle and called for the release by Kwagga Smith. We saw a similar one given against Kwagga Smith last week in the first test.
I called tackle, got a release. No. Franco, thank you. I'm just getting what the captain's doing. Alan, what are you doing? Shot. Guys, back team, please. The shot's going to be called. Hey? I called tackle. Shot called.
Shot at goal called for Dan Biggar, who successfully goaled 3 penalties.
Tackle first, yeah. I called it a tackle. Like, it was just timing for you. It's unlucky, but it is.
It's a wonderful tackle from Lucanio. Mapimpi thinking he'd made a fair attempt around the ball after Um's tackle.
No, I'm not. I'm seeing it now. That's why I free kick. And next time we go.
So after the celebration of the Springboks at the scoring of the first try of the Test match, Dan Biggar has this kick to take the Lions back into the lead. And off the post. And away by Bart de Klerk. Makazola Mapimpi.
21's fine. Inside, guys, inside.
Puts a good kick in up that left touchline, almost all the way up to halfway. Wonderful rescue act from the Springboks after the miss from Biggar.
Cool and calm from Bart de Klerk. Simple 2-on-1. Thought Mapimpi might try to take his man on, but Johnston made the right call there. Quite a lot of Lions defenders around him. Crucial miss from Dan Biggar.
6 guys, 6.
You've spoken about the inches in the first half, Shimmy. 1 inch to the right and that kick went over.
That's fine. He can bring in, they can't leave.
Kandiki. Forward Toja.
That's fine. They can't use it.
Kandiki low into contact. A wonderful tackle from his opposite number, Mbonambi, who went even lower. Got him around the ankles. Murray not looking for distance on the kick this time. Secured by the Springboks. Now Pollard.
Okay, green, wait. 9.
Tristan Colby gives chase onto Hogg. Times the tackle perfectly. Look at the work rate of Sia Kolisi there, called off it.
No.
Wonderful tackle from Visa on the Lions captain.
No left.
Murray. Hogg.
That's fine, good contest, move.
Faf de Klerk went in for the steal, was cleaned off it, then Damien Delendi went in for the counter-ruck, the breakdown. Ferocious as you'd expect.
Use it. Green.
Again, it's a much shorter kick deployed this time by Murray.
Knock on.
And lost forward by the Lions. Almost every single kick contestable, whether you look at Murray or Biggar. The chase line is aggressive.
We see it.
Yeah, it's just almost Issa going up. That's well done from Robbie H, but almost a lot of respect for given for each team's defensive lines. You can't get through it. Defensive lines you can't get around. So try go over the top in the air, kick contestable, try win the aerial battle. That will give you broken field opportunity because defensive lines aren't set. So that's what it's going to come down to now.
Because it's not just every kick that's been contested, it's every single aspect of this game. Every tackle, guys getting back up off their feet, contesting at the breakdown, being able to clean the rucks and secure the ball. It's a fascinating second test thus far.
Alan Wynne-Jones, who returned to the tour ahead of the Stormers game, got 23 minutes odd in that game and declared fit and ready to take on the Springboks in the first test last week. Went the full 80 minutes and again just ever present in this his 11th test match in the colours of the British and Irish Lions.
So it's here. So I've already talked to him about stability. He showed me straightness as well.
159th test match in total, the most capped international ever.
Let's go. Time on.
See what Ben O'Keefe has done now. He's actually changed the side which he's standing. He spoke to Marco Vunipola about scramming straight, and also Frans Malherbe about stability. So the problem area is, you know, the line side or this side of the scrum where he is standing. So changing around just to have a look. Chances are now the issues are going to come the other side.
Make it better. He's unhappy, so talk to him. Time on. Crouch!
Buff de Klerk always just looks relaxed, doesn't he? No matter the gravity of the situation, the ball spinning on the finger. The call of use it came.
9 clearly broke away to make you think the ball's gone, then you continue to move forward. You've got to use it if he runs away. It's a free kick.
Well, it's clear from Ben O'Keefe now. Dan Biggar looks like he's going to hoist it into the Cape Town night sky here off the free kick.
Advantage knock on.
It was lost forward by the Lions, gathered by Derlendi.
No, 2. Knock on advantage. Knock on.
Back it comes from de Klerk for Leroux.
So if you leave the scrum, the ball must be played immediately, because you can't leave, make them think it's gone, and then continue.
I've seen this before. So
okay.
Ben keeps explaining this.
Okay,
as soon as Faf de Klerk taps, the loose forwards break from the lines, and then it makes it 8 against 5. They're being penalised for that. But that's something that would be pre-planned.
And a substitution, interesting substitution with that for the box. Luete coming onto the field. He'll bring some stability for that line. He has replaced Jasper Visser. So as predicted before, Franco Mostert moving into the loose forwards, and Luete at 5.
Good space here.
Then Kwagga Smith to number 8. To the front they go on a variation. Almost didn't work for them, but Alan Wynne-Jones did brilliantly to just retain that ball and set the rut for the Lions. Murray, Conan. First tackle made by Luete Jager. Winning his 47th test cap here this evening. Again, Biggar goes aerial, tapped back by the Lions. Now, chased down by Robbie Henshaw and Lukhanyo. The Springboks get the line out.
Sean, interesting from the Lions when they put those contestables up, they just look to tap it back rather than actually trying to win the contest in there and coming down like what Mapimpi would do, for an example. But there is a danger in that if Lukhanyo gets his hands on that ball with all the chases and kicks it again, then it's trouble.
Yeah, they don't have cover at the back. And I suppose a little bit disappointing from the Lions, as they're not really firing any shots at the box. All they are doing is kicking the high kicks and hoping that it can bounce their way. They're hoping for a bit of change of fortune, change in the front row for them. Ken Owens, Rory Sutherland and Carl Sinclair on, and replacing the starters in Vunipola, Cowan, Dickey and Furlong. And as they do that, the Springboks do the same. Vincent Koch on the field. He has replaced Frans Malherbe, and Malcolm Marx also on. He has replaced Bongi Mbonambi.
Well, the big thing for the Springboks is trying to generate penalties, and that will give you territory. So chances are we're going to look at a maul here, somehow trying to get more territory.
First line out throw for Malcolm Marx finds Eben Etzebeth, who is quickly off the ground. Get the momentum they desire off the second shove at them all.
Okay, wing is fine.
And then Cheslin Colby again chases down on Duan van der Merwe. That's off the fingers of the Lions, is it?
I can't hear you, mate.
No, it bounced
Guys,
backwards.
He doesn't touch the ball.
No touch on the ball from the Lions, so it will be a first line-out throw for Ken Owens. 82 test matches for Wales. Off the bench in the first test in this series.
4 and 10.
And halfbacks changed for the Lions. And possibly a change in strategy. Ellie Price on at 9 for Conor Murray. Owen Farrell replacing Dan Biggar.
Okay, time on.
Owens towards the tail. Beautiful read from Luatiaga to take one against the throw. Quagga Smith goes low. Excellent tackle from Kyle Sinclair. De Klerk. Pollard. Yeah, good work in the air at first from Stuart Hogg, but the maul is called. Ball up in the air, so Springboks swarming around it. But direct from the kick. So the scrum goes the way of the Lions.
Let's go, let's go. I talked to your prop in the first half just about making sure he's not moving left or right. So just nice and square for the new boys.
Big test of Stuart Hogg there. Interesting seeing him in the build-up to the first test. How much his first test cap for the Lions meant to him on his third tour. No opportunities in the test side in Australia 2013, New Zealand in 2017. And so much about these first two tests against everything he stands for in rugby. He loves that open running pattern that will perform any role.
5, 6, 2, 3, 4. Coming around.
Over eagerness. Have a look at the Lions. Will they back themselves to get the scrum penalty or just kick it away?
Farrell testing Pollard.
It's played in the air. It's definitely played in the air. I think, is that Anthony Watson?
Same as the first half.
Yeah, same as in the first half by Makazole Mapimpi. Anthony Watson also just not getting the timing right there. Touching Henry Pollard in the air. Soft penalty.
John, you got to look at the Springbok substitutions. You know, Luatiaga probably the better, you know, line-out organizer in the Springbok setup. You can see already with that contest getting that steal. So he becomes crucial now, especially from penalties. You know, you get the penalty, you need to make sure you win that line-out, control that ball, and manage that game.
Stephen.
Yeah, it is important, and Luatiaga is such an experienced player, so good in the line-out, you know, very smart rugby player, big work rate, and they'd want him to make a big impact off the bench, and so do they want from Trevin Yakane.
Trevin Yakane winning a 45th test cap here this evening for the Springboks, replacing Stephen Kitsoff. And Yakane started at tight head last week, but with the injury to Rechego Faditswe, Che asked to take on the loose head role.
Guys, if you're out and you want to jump in, you must catch the ball.
Very clear from Ben O'Keefe. Gee, he's been calm.
I think he just told him as well.
Yeah, I must see, what I've enjoyed about him is the way he communicates. He's taken his time with both sides, and he's calmed things down. It was getting quite spicy in the first half.
Goes to Diaga from Marks. Stopped once by the Lions. With some real purpose and aggression in this maul from the Springboks.
That was the front of the maul. No.
Talupe Faletau also on for the Lions. Etzebeth now in control. Springboks with a penalty advantage, close to the posts, and de Klerk through for Lucanio.
Wow. Inches, absolute inches.
Well, a deft little touch from Faf de Klerk. The Lions look resigned to the adjudication of this.
Sure. Okay,
Lukhanyo is sure.
So our on-field decision is try. We believe he's grounded the ball in goal. We just want to make sure that he hasn't done that, and if he's out. Okay, so we're looking at that first. If not, we've got a decision back for side entry at the maul. On-field decision try.
So a powerful maul to set it up, which eventually brought a penalty advantage.
We need to check if he's in front.
A deft little kick from Faf de Klerk, and Lukhanyo has scored.
It's a try, all right. It's a try, the communication, the little grabber through.
No, so we just want to square away.
But Lukhanyo has scored.
Yeah.
Just trying to look here if they're going to relook if he had control or not. But from here, looks like a try. TMO is still looking at it, so not given yet.
No.
On-field decision try.
Okay, Marius, just keep showing those angles. We don't see the best angle at the moment. We've got to make sure that the ball's in his hand the whole time because he touches it in the air. It's in the palm there. If it's in the palm there, we're happy. But we need the best angle to show us that.
Hold on. Okay, Ben, that is our best angle.
Yeah. Yeah. Matching?
Alternative angle there. There's contact between ball and arm from that angle.
Ben, here's another angle coming. Hold on.
Yeah.
Another one.
Have a look, Ben.
Yeah. Okay, for me, there's still contact on the palm. I've got no clear evidence of it going over. So I'm still a try. Okay, Marius, just make sure that he's not offside. Just a quick replay of that, please.
I've checked. He's clearly onside.
He's clearly onside. Okay,
yeah.
So
it's a try.
Mate, at the moment we've still got the try. Is there another angle that you want me to show me?
Yeah, that's all the angles. I'll give you the best one.
Okay, so back to me. Okay, so the on-field decision stands. The player, because the ball's in the air, there's just got to be contact with the palm for him to be in control. He does that the whole way. There's no clear evidence that there's separation and that he loses control. So we're going to stick with the try.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, try.
It's a fourth test try for Lukhanyo.
Well, the try, you got to think what Malcolm marks, the line-out throw off to Lood de Jager. That Moore was marching on. That's where they got the penalty advantage from. Oral Farrell came in from the side. Penalty advantage, the little grubber through, and Lukhanyo gets the try. But the call from Lood de Jager, the tactical substitutions working for the Springboks because that Moore was flying.
And Pollard to take the lead beyond 7 points, which he duly does.
A bit of a lead for the Springboks now, and those two players, 9 and 10, has been pivotal for the Springboks. Fantastic rolling ball by the forwards. Collapse, they're playing for it with advantage, penalty advantage, and then the slight little kick by Faf de Klerk, try score.
Well, Owen Farrell with a much deeper restart, and although he was in reverse gear, Lood de Jager was the man who called to claim that restart ahead of Kwagga Smith. Lost forward by the Lions. Big contest between Hogg and Colby. Faf de Klerk has got up with a bit of a dead leg.
Backwards
off a Springbok player, secured by Lukhanyo, the try scorer. Faf de Klerk looks to be in a bit of trouble here. Got his pass away to Pollard. Van der Merwe tracking back. Hogg put it up for his Scottish teammate to chase. Pollard made an early call, gets away from Van der Merwe. Unfortunate slip from Handré Pollard as he looked to go to the short side, which the Springboks now do for Eben Etzebeth. Faf de Klerk just trying to run off that knock to his leg. Clearly was giving him some discomfort. Little dink over the top this time, less of a hoist, and away by Hogg for Falatau. Beautifully out of the back for Curry. Then Watson. And Pollard happy to kick for touch after Watson gave chase to his clearance kick. And another change for the Springbok shot.
Yeah, there we go, the substitute. Faf de Klerk really had a very strong game for the Boks. He's been replaced by Herschel Jantjies. Got a bit of a knock to the leg there, it seems. Here we see a bit of a highlight package of Faf de Klerk. That little dink through, and Kanyam with a try. Great skill set by the Boks.
Faf de Klerk, the tactical navigator. Advantage being played.
Oh, you're cramped, yeah.
Playing around the back, but look on your arm. Does it again. Faf de Klerk. A busy all day for him.
Let's go, please.
Ramport, as he pulled a muscle there. But again, Faf de Klerk so influential in the Springbok setup.
Yeah, I know. Guys, we're not going to continually stop for that. Let's go. Come on.
9 points to 6. The Lions led at half-time. Tries from Makazole Mapimpi and Lucanio Am. Conversion from Pollard since then.
Time on.
No points for the Lions in the second period.
Advantage, knock on.
And
Knock on
a
advantage.
real unforced error from the Lions there. They went short at the line out from Ken Owens. Delendi brushed off Farrell. Jantjies, Diaga.
Okay, that's advantage over.
Pollard. Mapimpi. Screams from the Lions of get him into touch. It's one of the weird things about playing in an empty stadium. You can just hear every instruction from the bench and from the players at scrum time. Hoist from Jantjies.
Advantage.
Well,
Accidental offside.
accidental offside is the call. Little chip from Pollard. And
It's over.
Billy LaRue lost his footing as he chased a very deft little kick from Pollard. Farrell. It's Luat Diaga giving chase. It's a wonderful kick from Owen Farrell.
Very good kick, and Springboks would have wanted advantage from that accidental knock-on.
I can't do anything about that right now.
But I thought it was called rather early.
We need to, okay? I see that.
Then being caught out of place.
Yeah. Guys,
See Jantjies adding a bit of zip. You can't do that.
See, I understand what Franco said. I can't do anything about that right now.
TMO has got to look at that.
If there is
You can't-
anything we need to... Yes,
That's deliberate. That's foul play.
Yeah, but
I've
now
seen it, I can't
Murrow
do anything about it
Toja
right
has been shouting at the assistant referee about being tackled, but he was kneeling all over Damien Delendi. Both at fault.
Time off. Okay, see it. Time off. Okay, look, we've got to get this game moving. We've already had time off for cramping, and now when the ball's at the front, we've got to get the game going. The next time it's a free kick, okay? The ball's at the front, let's keep going. Time on. Take it on the throat.
Might miss the curfew at this rate.
21 stay.
Silly from Rory Sutherland.
Yep.
Silly, absolutely silly.
There's going to be a penalty.
No, 22! 22! 22! No advantage, you're in front, you're still moving forward. In the side, 17.
So Rory Sutherland, who started the test match here last week at Loosehead, replaced by Mako Vunipola this time. That is, yeah, that's just a soft penalty, isn't it, Shim?
Oh, that's silly.
You were saying
And this is where, you know, heading into the championship round here, discipline, cool heads needed. Sutherland, no need to do that. Put pressure on the kicker, you get an attacking line out in the opposition half. All that's going to happen now is the Springbok ball is going to come into play a bit now, starting to generate a bit of momentum. Luat Diaga making good line out calls.
Still plenty of time for the Lions here, but so far the Springboks much the stronger in the second period, having gone into half-time behind. They have a penalty advantage from that last line out.
Penalty advantage, early drive of them all.
They'll try and play with it. Pollard, de Allende, and Kolisi.
Yeah, I'm not sure here, John. Maybe you might disagree with me, but take the advantage. You got the penalty. Maybe they're trying to blood the clock, but it's too early for that. Take the advantage, get downfield, and start planning from there.
Yeah, I'd love to disagree with you, Shimmy. I think the opportunity when you're playing on advantage, you can take it wide, you can give it a go, see if you can get a line break, potentially score another try to put this game out of reach. But another soft penalty by the Lions. They'll be very disappointed with that.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row, isn't it? That's just cost them a field position inside South Africa's 22 to one that's now going to be inside their own half and forced to defend.
It's almost role reversal compared to last weekend. You can see the Springbok more. What they're doing is the British and Irish Lions are giving the Springboks front ball and they're taking it. So even Etzebeth taking the ball the whole time. But then you've got to stop the ball properly without conceding penalties. And that's where they're going wrong. So Rory Sutherland did it. Now this time Alan Wynne-Jones going in nice and early.
Timing, guys, keep your timing.
So it'll be interesting to see the setup. Alan Wynne-Jones not going up to stop the ball and giving the Springboks free front ball. But then your more stopping has to be accurate and fierce.
Again they go front for Etzebeth. Better from the Lions that time.
Green, down by Green, down by Green, down by Green. No, don't jump, back.
Damian de Allende from a standing start. He's smothered in the tackle by Tom Curry. Springboks having to play behind the gain line here. Didn't get the quality of ball from the maul that they sought. Yankees. And Damian Willemse, who's over on that left wing, having replaced Makazola Mapimpi.
He's in line with them. It's just lost forward by this player here.
Just a loss forward, but a scrum to the Springboks. They've made their way 65 meters upfield with 2 penalties, a couple of line-out drives, and now a hoist lost forward by the Lions.
Yeah, and it's so true what Jimmy said earlier, Matt. In the role reversal, the box this time around compared to last week, forcing the Lions into making handling errors and not being able to deal with the kicking game, squeezing them and forcing them into making mistakes. Penalty after penalty, and then the handling errors, and they just can't get back into it.
Scoreboard pressure, clock pressure. You're going to have to run yourself out of it, or Lions are going to have to produce something magical.
Yeah, and how valuable Damian Willemse has become for this Springbok team. He's on the left wing now. He covers basically all positions for the back line.
Penalty advantage at scrum time for the Springboks, and Trevor Nyakane over on that loose head side.
Suffocate and strangle tactics kicking in for the Springboks. The power game coming through. 1, 2, 3 more. Penalty. Won the aerial game. This time the big men getting involved at scrum time.
John Himan, a happy man, scrum coach for the Springboks. Trevor Nyakane, he's got that mean look in his eyes, and he's 45 test matches and playing on the loose head side. Look at that, straight back, driving straight.
Yeah, and Sinclair not square enough on that scrum. Look at that. The man means business. Trevor Nyakane, Vincent Koch.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.
He's loving it.
Can I ask you one thing?
Trevor Nyakane.
Keep this game moving, so we're not letting guys down.
Now there we go. The piano playing beautiful music there in the front row for South Africa.
You say that again, John? The front row is doing what?
Red Pollard to take the Springboks into the lead by 12. Beautiful strike from South Africa's fly half.
Yeah, and what's going to happen now? Chances of the Lions are going to try kick a little bit shorter position. Is what they want. Position. They need to start building. They need to start holding pressure through attack here. Kicking deep doesn't help them. Kicking short gives them a chance to get the ball back and at least attack a bit.
Owen Farrell. Elliot Daly gives chase, but Luat Diaka, imperious, rising high with support to claim the restart. Just over 8 minutes to play in this second test match. That ball, the ruck was outside the 22. Herschel Jantjies gives chase to his own kick, away by a Tojo for Sinclair. Hogg needs something to happen right now. Henshaw can make no headway. Ali Price, outstanding in his Lions test debut in the starting 9 jersey last week. Out the back from Tyke Bird. Faletau got from Farrell, as Farrell collected a tackle from Trevor Nyakane, and Malcolm Marx in over the ball like a limpet.
And the Lions, obviously the British and Irish Lions, have to have a go here. They've got no choice. Scoreboard pressure, time pressure. They have to have a run. But the problem with having a run is then you bring in features like Malcolm Marx, Kwagga Smith, and Van Staden that's just come on now, Jean. So the Springbok defense hasn't been unlocked today. Lions are trying in such a desperate situation to do that, and they're getting beaten.
Yeah, Marco van Staden replacing Siya Kolisi, the captain. What a great try-saving tackle from Siya Kolisi earlier in the game. Strong performance by him.
Good space in the front. Down.
Wow, Malcolm Marx, just impossible to move in that position.
Well, that's a signature move, signature play, Malcolm Marx.
Who's them? Green.
The Springboks, the last 10-15 minutes have just controlled the game better than the Lions. Again, no contest from the Lions.
Marx, having made the steal and thrown at the line-out, now controls possession. Murray Tojo's come through, but possession not affected. As Vincent Koch grabbed the ball and took it to ground. Marco van Staden in the headgear. Back it comes from Jantjies for Pollard. Chases his own kick. Lost forward.
Well, I keep harping on it, but Springboks are just winning all the battles, the aerial battle, the mauling battle, the ground and pound battle. And that's why they're gaining territory again. Watson goes up, knocks it back into Watson, then it's knocked on against it, pulled forward by Ben O'Keefe. And what are we going to see here from the Springboks? They're going to scrum for the penalty, lead that clock. And the Lions getting absolutely no possession, not giving an opportunity to breathe. What a game he's had.
Immense, absolutely immense from the Springbok captain.
Norris.
14 tackles he's made.
Scrum is correct, we've got a knock on. Red play in front, not off the green man.
Jasper Wiese also made 14, but that's the most by a Springbok. 12 made by Frans Malherbe. But it's not just the tackles, it's the clean-ups, it's the hard yards, the try-saving tackle that he made just before half-time. A crucial momentum changer in the game, perhaps.
He'll be pleased with his effort. He'll be extremely pleased with that. He's led his men well, he's led from the front. When things were getting on the edge, he was cool, calm and collected. Vincent Koch, Malcolm Marx, Trevor Nyakane, their time now. Can the Lions do something special?
Absolute dominance from the Springbok pack. Trevor Nyakane.
Went to a knee, collapsing.
You got to give it to him. You know, he's played tight head all season, moved to the other side of the scrum, and he's been devastating. He's been doing a absolute job on Carl Sinclair. Trevor Nyakane was good last week on the tight head side. This side on the loose head side, him and Vincent Koch muscling up.
And that was against Rory Sutherland.
Just keep working hard, boys. 5 minutes. A lot of accuracy, a lot of working hard.
How quickly things have changed for Rory Sutherland. Started last week for the Lions. Gave away a very soft penalty down in South Africa's 22-meter area, which started a procession. And now conceding a penalty which gives Pollard this kick to set up a 15-point lead with less than 5 minutes to play, which he duly does.
The total dominance by the Boks at the moment. Every aspect of play they're dominating. And the Lions has nothing to come back with.
So short, hanging restart from
Careful, thank you.
Owen Farrell, and some acrobatics from Lucanio. Wonderful support from his teammates in the air to bring him down safely.
Okay, hold red.
Hoist from Yankees. Hogg does well. Up the back from Owens.
You just check the arm in that there.
Big hit from Mostert.
Yeah, no, I think it is a shoulder charge.
On Farrell, and TMO asked to check it for foul play. Sinclair with the carry. Price.
I just want to know if he's wrapped that arm up. Slip.
And the penalty goes the way of the Springboks. But they need to go back and check.
Stop. Shoot it, Lily, guys. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm actually going to look at the shoulder charge here. Okay, so time's off. Back. I'm going to, yeah, just going to check. Okay, so Marius, I'm coming up to you for potential foul play. I've got a penalty for green here, but I want to watch the actions of one of the green players in the tackle in the midfield, please.
Yeah, it's Franco Mostert on charge. Owen Farrell, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, are we putting the pictures on now? Here they come.
Okay, okay, and just play it. Their left arm's up, okay.
Trying to get the wrap, but he's not square there, so can't get that outside. Was it that left arm of his around?
Maris, just play on.
I thought as well to bounce
I'm playing it on for you.
And just play on to the next one. Just make sure there's no tackle. The player
go that way.
There's a tackle afterwards. It's okay, wait.
Couldn't get his grip on Farrell.
So we're happy with that, Maris. We're going to move on to the next tackle.
All right.
It's on 23 red. Boys, please.
We're looking for another one on Elliot Daly.
We're looking at something else. Oh, no.
Yeah, we're looking for it now, Ben. Hold on.
That one is cleared. Franco Mostert on Owen Farrell.
You don't see? You don't see that? No?
We're going to have a look at this one.
Okay, sorry, that's fine. But we've got a penalty for holding on here.
And Vincent Koch quickly latching
right.
It's a green penalty here, right?
over the
yeah,
ball.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So guys, Maris, come back to me. Look, we've checked that there's no foul play. He does wrap his arm. There's a slip here, there's no high tackle, so we go back to the original penalty. Okay. We had no foul play. I was concerned there was a shoulder charge, but he does bring his arm up. There's no foul play there, so we go to the original penalty. I thought it was fine. Time back on, penalty. Holding.
Those pictures tell you it's been a battle.
Number 15.
Bruised and battered. What a contest the first half was. The last
sort of
quarter of
I was giving them a penalty when it should have been
the last part of the second half, it's just been all Springboks really.
Yeah,
the penalty count, the scrum penalties, the mauling penalties.
you say bruised and battered, Shim, but also beaten on the scoreboard. A couple of tries without reply. No points in the second half for the Lions.
This is an area where the Lions haven't adjusted, just giving the Springboks free ball and letting that ball go.
Down by Green. Over there, down by Green. You're off. Wait, come back.
Well, the Yankees for Luatayahu, who loses the ball forward. Secured by Maro Itoje for the Lions, who pinned back in there, 22. Clever little kick from Farrell. Delendi chases back well. Good read from Elliot Daly, who's in with the tackle. Good energy from the Springboks to get men back behind Damian Delendi, secure the ruck ball. Yankees. Tis Duan van der Merwe. Lost backwards, away by Farrell. Daly looking for Watson. And Willemse couldn't grab him, neither Lucanio Am. Desperate, despairing, diving ankle tap from Franco Mostert, who has given everything and more in this contest.
He's got it, he's won it! He's won it!
And steal made by the Springboks. Dabbed through by Delendi.
Penalty. 21 offside. 21 offside.
Game, set, match. We have a decider.
Huge amount of relief for Jacques Nienaber for sure. They held a 9-point lead at halftime in the first test a week ago. Alan Wynne-Jones and his men engineered a superb second half in the first test to win the contest by 22 points to 17, putting a huge amount of pressure on in the second half, forcing penalties out of the Springboks, which Dan Biggar kicked to goal. But in this second half, there's been nothing on offer for the Lions. Some ill discipline cost them at times down in Springbok territory, certainly. But no genuine scoring opportunity.
What's come from the Springboks is just doing the war well, the scrum well, winning the aerial battle. It's had a territorial effect and a scoreboard effect, clearly. Andre Pollard about to shut it down.
Four penalties and a conversion in the game. It becomes 5 penalties from Andre Pollard, and that is the end of the contest. As Hanyani Shimangi said, we will be back for a decider. The first time in the professional era that a Springbok Lions series has been 1-1. In 1997, the first two were won by the Lions, the third by South Africa. In 2009, the first two by the Springboks.